I've made plenty of movies so far about why I'm against feminism. Why I think feminism is the bane of all evil and the ending of the Western world. And no, that's bullshit. But it is something bad. And as such, I really think we should recognize it. But it is kind of funny when you have popular music artists like Jenifer Lopez who make songs about how feminism is Godfrey Almighty and it's really great. It's not though, is it? I mean, it's bloody awful. But that's okay. I mean, she's not your mother, right? Anyway, I'm going to basically do a little thingy on that song. And it will probably not be the last song that I will address. Because it's pretty heinous to see how certain narratives are being pushed down our throat. Especially when you're a boy. And you have to like it because, well, it's popular music, isn't it? This is something you will hear on the radio. And, yeah. Fuck you if you disagree, right? Anyway, here we go. After I made the original movie, YouTube kind of says, no, you're not allowed to download it. You're not allowed to make it public because of copyright. So I'm going to do it a slightly bit different, see if that'll work better. Now, hearing her talk to a generic person, it could be her son, could be her boyfriend, you'd assume that she's been working all day and therefore is going home. You'd be wrong. Ah yes, and I will respond to what she's actually singing, but you might not always hear what she's singing because I will narrate it. And don't you just hate it on days like that you forgot your umbrella? Here she walks into her work, I assume, and you hear rambling on the background, very 1984 style, about how feminism is the greatest thing because women's rights are human rights, etc, etc, etc. Okay. So yeah, there she comes at her job, which she's been working all day already apparently, completely drenched because it was raining, and in the background you can hear the drone of feminist propaganda about how women should finally earn the same as men. Don't you love it? Jenifer Lopez, a multi-million-dollar person, is telling boys that they earn too much, when reality shows us that this is not the case. In all fairness, a lot of women are pushing for even more pay rights than men have. But never mind that. It is time that we treat women equal to men. Hell, I wish we would, but that's okay. Oh, and in this futuristic utopia of yours, well, it's not a utopia because you're oppressed, but they definitely do not have towels, right? And as a newsreader, she obviously doesn't read the news. No, she goes on a rant, which has been done before in the movie Network, where she's going to say she's mad as hell and she's not going to take it anymore. No, wait a second. She's going to say, I'm not your mama. Because reasons. And obviously, one of the characters you see is, well, not a white woman, but she's definitely married to a white man. After all, they're the bane of all evil, aren't they? And after all, it's perfectly alright for her to slap him on the wrist. I mean, physical violence can only happen when a man hits a woman, never the other way around. And now we are treated to her cleaning up a bit, showing her as a secretary, but mostly cleaning up a bit. So yeah, this is the narrative. Now I'm going to go on with my original story. Okay, she ain't your mama. There she is, the multimillionaire, telling you that she ain't your mama. Then again, I assume she's pretending to be all women. Fair enough. And the first woman you see is a housewoman. She doesn't work. She stays at home and takes care of the house. But she's not going to do that anymore because she's not your mama. Then why the hell are you a housewoman? Go get a job so that you can hire someone to keep the house clean. Or that you can earn more than your husband and your husband can stay home and keep the house clean. But funny enough, we've seen throughout the years that when a woman earns more than a man, she is very likely to abandon his ass. Men don't do this to women on average. I've not really heard as motivation that a man left his woman because she didn't earn enough. But then again, there are plenty of reasons why people leave each other, so maybe I'm wrong. But seriously, you're a woman, you're a stay-at-home woman, or a stay-at-home mum. Nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. And then you're going to complain about how you have to do his laundry? But didn't he bring home the money to feed you? I mean, the house that you live in, is it paid by you or by him? And remember, you're a stay-at-home mom, so it's probably not paid by you. And okay, I see her in certain situations when she's working. Now, in a situation where you're working and your husband is working or your partner is working, it's a different situation completely. You should talk to each other. Can you do this? Then I will do that. Can you do this? I can do that. It's not perfect, I won't lie, but it works. But just saying, well, I'm not going to do it anymore. I mean, is that not the same as guys saying, you know what? I'm not going to get married anymore. There's no use for it. I'm going to go on the mgtow way. And basically, Madame Lopez, what you're telling them is, see, that's the best choice I could have made. Because if I wouldn't, she'd be bitching and moaning. Not whether you're right or wrong, mind you, but the fact alone that you complain in the audience instead of to your partner. And you make it sound like it's a big deal. I'm sorry, if you're in a relationship where you're definitely being oppressed by that horrible misogynistic man of yours, then why the hell are you in a relationship with that man? Now, it's also very possible that you're in a relationship with a man and he assumes that you will do some of the household when he goes and earns the money to keep the house. And if you do not have a job, then I would say, you know what, just do it. It's only fair. It's only reasonable. No one is saying that housework isn't a lot of work, because we all know it is. But it needs to be done. And if your husband goes out or your partner goes out to earn the keep, to provide food, heat, television, whatever, then please contribute to the system being a family. And if you yourself have a job and he has a job, then he should contribute as well. There's no denying that. And no one is denying that. But pushing the narrative that a man should do everything and a woman can sit back is also rather disingenuous, don't you think? In this part of the video clip, she's first asking why can't we go back to the way it used to be, we were so in love, and then she's going on about how she's too good for that. And then in the end of this little bit, and this is the still I will take out of it, or I have taken out of it, is that she dumps the hot meal on top of his head. Again, a form of physical aggression. It's okay though, because he's a man, so it's not real physical aggression if a woman does something like this, right? Woohoo! Physical aggression again! But remember, violence at home comes from the father, comes from the men. It's not women doing anything. Right, Jennifer? I mean, I don't know why he threw that hot dish all over himself like he did. What a bastard child he must be. I mean, it wasn't you that did it. It wasn't you starting a physical altercation once again, right? Well, on the next bit, she's sitting as a secretary in an office, and eventually the boss, who is probably dictating something to her, looks down into her cleavage and probably is checking her out. And how the fuck dare he look at your cleavage? It's not as if you're wearing a shirt that shows cleavage. No, he's looking at it. And then there is, again, physical assault, basically. Okay, on this little bit of her video, she is standing on an assembly line sort of thing, and she's moving casks of soda through, and apparently she got berated by her supervisor, and because of that she's angry, and guess what? Drinks hit the floor. Yeah, you know, I think that would mean something like, okay, get the hell out of here, you're fired. I mean, she's really displaying a lot of behavior that gets people fired? Is she really that out of touch with reality? I mean, okay, she's a millionaire, but that dumb? Anyway. Oh no, you're someone's secretary or personal assistant and you're not allowed into a meeting. Well, fuck that. That happened to me too when I was a secretary. It's called differently, I know, but still, it's a good word. I don't care. Sometimes the people who are our bosses have a meeting without us. That's how companies get run. Seriously? This is showing how you're being treated badly? He even indicates with his hand, no, this is not for you. Get the hint? In this part of the video clip, she shows how she's unhappy about the fact that her boss told her that she is not to take part of the meeting of the other fat hats of the company. So she goes on a rampage through the office. She takes someone's phone, she throws stuff around, basically being a bitch. Don't you just love this rant spree? I mean, she's not your mama, but she has every right to annoy the fucking hell out of you. I mean, the guy on the phone, he's probably not even talking about her. Who knows? Maybe he's even talking to his partner. And you just interrupted that because you're not his mother? Who is he to you? Who are you to him? Come off it. In this part of the clip, you hear a lot of women suddenly shouting, I ain't your mama, and they march past a certain situation to show everyone, haha, look at us, we are a force to be reckoned with. Yeah, because there's nothing you could have done. I mean, it's not as if we've seen you destroy property of other people, annoying other people, shouting at other people because you feel you're too good for that. I mean, I don't want to be rude, and I definitely don't want to say I support mgtow, but what you just did is explain perfectly why there is a movement called mgtow, why there are men going like, yeah, no, not worth the hassle. Thank you, Jenifer Lopez, for explaining their point so perfectly. There have been men helping you out, and don't get me wrong, I don't think they are traitors to the cause or anything, because men and women were supposed to help each other out. But you don't want to help out anymore. You don't want to do your share. You want other people to do it for you. And I know feminism keeps pushing that narrative that women are so oppressed and whatnot. But in reality, in the real world, this is not the case. And I'm not saying every man is this saint and every woman is this sinner. Bullshit. There are good people, there are bad people. Sex does not come into it. But you want to make it all about sex. How unfair is that? How unfair are you? How unreasonable are you? According to your video clip, very unreasonable. You just rather destroy stuff than talk about stuff. Or at least you'll destroy it if you do not get your way. Anyway, the noises you're hearing on the background is my little son. I mean, his mother is out. She's getting a haircut or something. And I'm not trying to be derogatory about this. This is something she's good to go for. And I can take care of our son as well. I mean, I'm home anyway. If I'm not home, yeah, situation is different. But I'm home. But I wanted to make this movie so you can hear him from time to time. He's a lovely baby boy and I hope he'll be a big man one day. Anyway, criticism as always is more than welcome. Please like, share, subscribe. You may have noticed that I do not have this monetized, so I'm not making money off of this video. So yeah, I'm not trying to get rich off of Jenifer Lopez. I've even cut up her video, so I don't think people will come here to watch her video. Or rather, I hope not. If they do, you're an idiot. I mean, go to Vivo or something. Yeah, like, share, subscribe. Criticism as always is welcome. Yeah, I said it all there. Okay, well, see you all next time then.